If I invest in a fixed index annuity, can I have my asset protection trust as the owner?
Welcome to Barry's Bites. Please join our host, attorney and financial advisor Chris Barry.
First, we have that asset protection trust. We call it a castle trust. The advantage of the asset protection trust is obviously asset protection. So not only does it control the distribution upon death, but also avoid probate, but also it builds in asset protection, protecting you from lawsuits and protecting you from nursing home care or long-term care, which these days can run anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 per month. So an asset protection trust can protect your money. So you can have things like your home in here, you can have investments in here, and you can have what's called fixed index annuities. It's through an insurance company. The advantage of them is that if the market goes down, you don't lose anything. If the market goes up, you collect the upside of the market. Downside of fixed index annuities is that you can't just pull all your money out right away. Otherwise, you might pay fees, and they're on kind of a 10-year chassis. So some people will take out like 10% a year, or they'll just use it as a growth vehicle. So you can have these different investments inside of here. So the question is, if I invest in a fixed index annuity, can I have my asset protection trust as the owner? The answer is yes. We can have the asset protection trust as the owner. In fact, if it is post-tax dollars, that's the best way to own the fixed index annuity, is inside of your asset protection trust. If I switch indexes, does that restart the 5-year clock? So the fixed index annuity is typically tied to a specific index or a mix of a couple indexes. So let's say the S&P 500, and typically each year what will happen is that it'll reset. And so if you put in $100,000, it goes up 10%, goes to 110,000. That's your new principal. So if the market goes down, you don't lose any. And each year when it resets, you'll have a window where you can change the allocation. So maybe you decide you don't like the S&P 500 and now you want to follow a different index. You can do that. Typically we don't. We kind of just stick with the one or whatever the initial choice was. But you can theoretically change which index you're following each year if you wanted to. So the question is, does that restart that 5-year clock? Because keep in mind, when you move assets into the trust, you have to make it 5 years before it's protected from that nursing home or Medicaid spend down. So think of it as there's a 5-year race. So the answer is, if you switch indexes, that does not restart the 5-year clock. So if you did this in 2023, your look back period runs till 2028. If you changed indexes in 2024, it doesn't change kind of that look back or that date that you're protected. And then if I move to another FIA or investment, does that restart the 5-year clock? The answer is no. Inside of the trust, you can always change the nature of the assets. Like I was talking to some clients today, they're selling their house, so they're changing their house into cash. It's all done within the trust. You sell the house from the trust, and then the proceeds go directly to the trust. They don't touch the individual owner. So as long as everything stays in the trust, you're just changing the nature of the asset into the trust, you can do that. Likewise, if the fixed index annuity, if you wanted to pull that out, invest it in the market, you can do that. So long story short, if you have a post-tax fixed index annuity and you have an asset protection trust, I'd recommend the trust as the owner, and changing the indexes or cashing that out. As long as you put the proceeds into a trust account, it doesn't restart that 5-year clock.